At the beginning, it feels effortless. You are on the same side. Same goals. Same energy. Same direction. Then one day, something feels off. You are still together but not aligned. Still talking but not connecting. Still a couple, but no longer a team. This does not happen overnight. It happens quietly. Slowly. In moments that seem harmless at first. Most couples do not fall apart because of one big fight. They drift apart because they stop moving together. At the start, teamwork is natural. Your nervous systems sync. Your brains release dopamine. Novelty fuels connection. Effort feels light. Sacrifice feels meaningful. Psychology calls this the bonding phase. Your brains are wired for closeness. You mirror each other. You listen deeply. You adapt quickly. But biology never stays in honeymoon mode forever. The brain shifts from excitement to stability. From passion to patterns. And patterns can either build a team or quietly break it. One of the first cracks appears in expectations. Unspoken expectations. Unchecked assumptions. At the beginning, you do things without being asked. You give without keeping score. Later, expectations rise but communication drops. He assumes she understands his pressure. She assumes he understands her emotional needs. Neither actually says it clearly. The mind fills gaps with stories. Those stories are rarely kind. Psychologists call this negative attribution. You stop seeing actions as neutral. You start seeing them as personal. A late reply becomes disrespect. Silence becomes rejection. Fatigue becomes indifference. The team mindset slowly shifts into a courtroom mindset. Who is right? Who is wrong? Who is giving more? Another fracture forms around roles. Early on, roles are flexible. You help where needed. You adjust without ego. Over time, roles harden. He feels pressure to provide, perform, and stay strong. She feels pressure to nurture, adapt, and stay emotionally available. When appreciation disappears, resentment grows. Not loud resentment. Quiet resentment. The most dangerous kind. Men often respond to this by withdrawing. Not because they do not care, but because they feel unrecognized. Male psychology is deeply tied to competence and respect. When a man feels like he is failing as a partner, he often shuts down to protect his self-worth. Silence becomes his defense. Women often respond differently. They seek more conversation, more reassurance, more emotional clarity. When that need is unmet, anxiety grows. She pushes. He retreats. This creates a cycle. The more she reaches, the more he pulls away. The more he pulls away, the more she reaches. Teams do not survive cycles like this without awareness. Another reason couples stop feeling like a team is the loss of shared mission. At the beginning, everything is shared. Plans. Dreams. Struggles. Later, life gets busy. Careers expand. Stress multiplies. Energy becomes limited. You stop asking where we are going. You start focusing on where I am going. Independence is healthy. Disconnection is not. When couples stop building something together, they start living parallel lives. Same house. Different worlds. Research in relationship psychology shows that shared goals strengthen long-term bonds more than romance alone. Teams need direction. So do couples. Without a shared direction, small problems feel bigger. Because there is no bigger why holding you together. Another silent killer is unprocessed conflict. Arguments that never fully resolve. Apologies that feel incomplete. Forgiveness that is rushed instead of real. The body remembers unresolved tension, even when the mind tries to forget. Stress hormones remain elevated. Cortisol replaces oxytocin. Safety turns into alertness. When safety disappears, teamwork collapses. A team requires trust. Trust requires emotional safety. If every disagreement feels like a threat, both partners start protecting themselves instead of the relationship. Men often protect by emotionally detaching. Women often protect by emotionally escalating. Neither is wrong. Both are trying to survive. Another factor is scorekeeping. You start tracking who does more, who sacrifices more, who initiates more. Teams do not keep score. They focus on progress. Once scorekeeping enters a relationship, generosity exits. Acts of kindness turn into obligations. Affection turns into currency. And intimacy cannot survive transactions. Over time, attraction also shifts. Not physical attraction alone. Energetic attraction. Confidence fades when stress dominates. Playfulness disappears under responsibility. Desire weakens when admiration is replaced by criticism. Male psychology responds strongly to admiration. Not praise. Respect. When a man feels admired, he shows up stronger. When he feels judged, he retreats. Female psychology responds strongly to presence. Not solutions. Attention. When she feels seen and heard, she softens. When she feels ignored, she hardens. When both feel misunderstood, the team collapses into two individuals defending their own pain. Social influence also plays a role. External validation replaces internal connection. Phones replace eye contact. Comparison replaces appreciation. You start noticing what other couples post instead of what your partner provides. This creates silent dissatisfaction. Not because your relationship is broken, but because your focus is. Teams win by focusing inward, not outward. So why does this happen so often? Because no one teaches relationship maintenance. Only relationship attraction. You are taught how to win someone, not how to keep moving together. Teamwork requires skills. Emotional regulation. Clear communication. Mutual respect. Shared purpose. Without these, love alone is not enough. But here is the truth most people miss: teams can be rebuilt. Loss of teamwork is not a failure. It is a signal. A signal that patterns need updating. That communication needs clarity. That goals need alignment. Strong couples are not the ones who never drift. They are the ones who notice the drift early. They slow down. They talk honestly. They listen without defending. They stop trying to win arguments. They start trying to understand perspectives. Men step back into leadership by leading emotionally. Not controlling, but stabilizing. Women step back into softness by feeling safe again. Not submissive, but open. Teamwork returns when both stop seeing each other as the problem and start seeing the problem as something they face together. Because a relationship is not about being perfect partners. It is about being aligned teammates. And alignment is a daily choice.